just listening to the various conversations that have taken place, even during this Indaba, it's clear that we must do something about the impact on the ground. And the only way to do that is by identifying solutions that work for everyone. It's a win-win situation. And we believe that with local financial institutions, working with DFIs, working with other institutions, we should be able to get to that point. Thank you.
So to be continued, I'm sorry I couldn't invite questions and comments. But this is a very interesting ongoing discussion.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's day 2 at the Investing in African Mining Indaba. And we have no less than Mukwandi Chibesakunda here, the Chief Executive of Zanaco Bank. Okay, Ms. Chibesakunda, welcome to the Financial Insight Show at Mining Indaba.
Thank you for having me, and thank you to the viewers.
Okay, so this year's theme is about positive disruption. So what does that mean to you, and what does that mean to Zanaco, and what should it mean to the country and to our viewers?
So yesterday during the opening, there was the statement that was made, either you disrupt or you are disrupted, because the disruption is coming, whether we like it or not. And that is what it means to Zanaco. We know that there are new innovations, there are new technologies, there are new initiatives that are coming. However, if we're not ready for that, and if we don't prepare ourselves for that, then the potential disruption can be negative. However, if we're ready, and if we're prepared, and we deliver to expectations, then the disruption is positive. So that's what it means to us. Part of us being here at the Mining Indaba is also to be part of that positive disruption. We know very well that yesterday there were several announcements made about the investments in Zambia, and those investments require financing, either in terms of transactional financing, or in terms of growth and scaling up, or in terms of operability. And all these are initiatives that Zanaco can take advantage of. So I'd like to thank you for being here with us as we disrupt. I'd like to thank the Mining Indaba organizers. I'd like to thank the Zanaco team, the Zambia team, because together I believe that we're positive disruptors.
Thank you very much. And clearly Zanaco has had history with the Mining Indaba. Can you tell us a little bit about your insights about that relationship, and over the years what that has meant to you?
As we know, Zambia is a mining country. So a few years ago, we as Zanaco recognized that for us to really play in this space, we needed to understand mining better. And so on that basis, we came to the first Mining Indaba that we participated in 3 years ago. And after that, we were sold. And we've come back every year since. And what we've been able to do is to identify various partners and various investors, various initiatives that we then apply ourselves to make sure that the Zambian people also benefit. We even have a stand, a Zanaco stand, where Zambians have been going to sit, to just spend time, drink coffee, or do anything they like, because we are here. It's not just Zanaco that is here, it's Zambia that is here. And we're part of the Mining Indaba because we are a mining country.
So yesterday, our president, His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema, was very, I suppose, instrumental in showcasing the country and selling it, and you know, talking about how much investment there has been over the years into the mining sector. Okay, so in terms of how we sell the country, what is your message to the world, to Africa, and to the mining industry?
I think our president did such an amazing job, but then again, I'm Zambian, so I'm biased. He did a really good job of selling the country yesterday, and he also did a good job of being very specific as to what he meant by that. He gave us facts, which investments have come in, which investments have actually been able to bear fruit, which investments are underway, and what we're doing about it as a country. So for example, Cobalt yesterday announced that with a 200 million investment, they have found the largest copper deposit in the world.
Yeah.
And we believe that it's not just the largest, it's also the best quality. And in the next 3 to 5 years, they will make investments of another $2 billion to be able to get that copper out of the ground and benefit the Zambian people and themselves. At the end of the day, mining is a commercial activity. Banking is a commercial activity. And we believe that as Zanaco, as Zambia, we can benefit our people, we can benefit the institutions that are part of this, and we can benefit the wider community by just making sure that we partner and we identify all these solutions. And that speaks to the message from the president yesterday.
Absolutely.
And it starts with a vision, and then the implementation of the vision, and then tracking and monitoring, and then the report that we were given yesterday at country level, which also filters through to institutional level. So that was a wonderful showcase of who we are as Zambia.
Okay. So apart from the positive disruption agenda, there's another buzzword I keep hearing around this Indaba, and that's beneficiation.
Yes.
What does that mean? Can you explain that in simple terms to our audience, please?
You know, yesterday the Honorable Minister of Energy and Mining from South Africa actually said, you know, we have to define the words that we're using.
Absolutely.
Because oftentimes the words we use mean something to us, they mean something to the person who's listening, but it's not always the same thing. So for example, beneficiation, to my mind, is actually benefiting the community, the SMEs, the people on the ground who are part of the Zambian trajectory of growth.
Yeah.
And that beneficiation is about how much value addition we are able to deliver, how much the communities benefit from the findings and the exploration and the activities that are underway. And we as a local institution have a role to play in making sure that the SMEs are able to benefit. So for example, the partnerships that we have with some of the mining companies to make sure that the SMEs are also part of the local content.
Yeah.
That is part of beneficiation. And the battery partnership we have with the Congo, that is going to ensure beneficiation. Because at the end of the day, it's about having the capacity to build employment, to build capacity on the ground, education, so that the future generations are better off because the mining ore was taken out of the ground.
Okay, so what are you expecting? What's the number one thing that you are expecting this mining Indaba to achieve from, I think the last day is Thursday. We are on day 2. We've got 2 more days to go. And by the end of Thursday or going into Friday, what is the number one thing that you are intending to see having been achieved by this Indaba?
You know, coming to the mining Indaba is an investment. It's like education. When you are sending a child to school, you know that at the end of the day, they'll be educated and therefore their lives will be better. Yeah. So Zambia and Zambian institutions participating in the mining Indaba is an investment in making us better, understand better, identify opportunities. So tomorrow we're able to grow our country, we're able to grow our communities and improve lives. Yeah. And that is what I'm expecting out of the mining Indaba. And it doesn't necessarily have to happen by Friday, because the investment in education happens over a period of time. Once you know something, no one can take that away. Yeah. Once you have been part of the engagements and the networking and the opportunities for growth, no one can take that away unless you don't act on it. Yeah. And so for us as Zanaco, we intend to act on every opportunity and identify how we can in future benefit from participating in the Indaba.
Thank you very much. Perhaps just to close, you are such an inspirational figure in our country. And I'm sure you inspire a lot of young women, girls, etc. And before I spoke to you, I had the opportunity to speak to Ms. Breana Munsanje, I believe. Yes. And she was telling me that Zanaco has decided to empower her into starting up her own mining operation. Yes. So do you have a message that you'd like to send to, the country out there, whether it's young girls or young boys, just something inspiring to encourage them to take up entrepreneurship, etc. Please.
Thank you. So we decided to sponsor a few SMEs, particularly women, but also men that we could identify fairly quickly. Yeah. So they can also benefit from coming to the mining Indaba. And Mrs. Breana Munsanje is one of those. Our belief is that by us investing in her, tomorrow she will be better placed to be a local miner who is actually having an impact on the ground.
Yes.
And my encouragement to anyone else who is an entrepreneur, anyone else who is in the mining industry, come and talk to us. It could be you tomorrow. To the children out there, these are opportunities for growth, for education. Mining is there as an opportunity. Learn about it, learn about the new technologies, and identify how you can be part of that solution for Zambia.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, and a remarkably inspirational figure, Mukwandi Chibesakunda, talking to us here on day 2 of the Investing in Africa Mining Indaba. My name is Clarence Chongo. This is the Financial Insight Show at Mining Indaba 2024. Thank you very much, Ms. Mukwandi, for being here with us.
Thank you, thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, Financial Insight, get to know.
For us as Zanaco, being the largest commercial bank in the country, our view is that we need to enable this progress. And for that to happen, we have to have skin in the game. So even as other investors are coming into the country with the level of investment that's been talked about $2 billion or thereabouts in commitments, we have to be able to demonstrate that locally we're also a partner. And we as Zanaco are that partner. What we have been able to do is to identify through the value chain where we can play, because we recognize that there's certain elements of mining that may not necessarily be funded through some of the mismatches that we see on the commercial bank balance sheets. But there's some areas where we can play very effectively. So within the exploration stages, we believe that the government of Zambia is working on something that will then mean that geologically it's debatable as to whether it's 50% or 30% of Zambia having been geologically surveyed, we'll get to at least 80% in the next 3 years. That will be done by the government. However, once the survey is done and the exploration begins, there are various aspects of finance that are required. There's the infrastructure that was alluded to earlier on. There's some areas of infrastructure that we can play in. There's also the working capital, which is a no-brainer for us, especially once the mine reaches a point where it's productive. And beyond that, what we as a local entity believe we need to do is to play a role in delivering value to the locals, because who's going to know those locals well? A local institution. Who's going to fund those locals well? A local institution. So we as Zanaco have partnered, for example, with the Barrick Lumwana to create capacity for the SMEs for local content. And so far, the initial investment has been so successful that we're now looking at a multiplier impact of getting to at least 1,500 SMEs, and this is in a period of 2 years. Our expectation is that these investments can be multiplied, they can be scaled up, we can identify other SMEs and be able to see the beneficiation that people are looking for in the market by us locals participating. Beyond that, what we believe as Zanaco is that we have a role to play as well in just making sure that we build capacity. So what we have been able to do is to work with various partners to enhance that capacity. So the energy sector is critical to the mining sector. And we as Zanaco led the first indication for the largest energy company in Zambia last year. It's still work in progress, but so far we have been very successful at this initiative, and we're very proud of what, between Zanaco and ZESCO, we have been able to achieve. So in a nutshell, that's who we are as Zanaco and the role that we're playing in the mining sector.
Excellent, thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is day 2 at the Investing in Africa Mining Indaba here in Cape Town. My name is Clarence Chongo, representing Financial Insight, and we are here at the government complex or government center at Westin Hotel in Cape Town. And I have the lovely Breana Munsanje of Mijeko Mining. Breana Munsanje, welcome to Mining Indaba Day 2 and to the Financial Insight Show.
Thank you, Clarence. Thank you, thank you. I'm actually honored to be here It's a great opportunity that Zanaco has given me to come and look for investors here. As you know, a junior miner, as it says here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So my understanding is that Mijeko Mining is a very new outfit on the Zambian mining scene. Can you tell us a little bit about the company and what you are hoping to achieve within the mining sector?
Okay, Mijeko was incorporated in 2022, and as somebody who was trying to find my feet in the mining industry, I decided to come for the Indaba last year and sought out a few people. And you see, as it goes, when you're a newcomer in an area, you really don't know where to start and what to do. And by the way, Zanaco is the one that sponsored my coming last year.
I see, I see, okay.
And so I got to speak to a few investors here and there, got to know what they really want for me to start up, and yeah, I followed through. This year I'm at a different level. I've got all the documentation needed for me to get an investor, and now I've met a few people, second time coming, I've met a few investors who are willing to partner with me, and all thanks to Zanaco. Shout out to Zanaco. So in a nutshell, as a country, we are getting a lot of support from our local banks.
Absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes, thank you.
So from what you're saying, you founded Mijeko Mining, or one of the founders, or maybe the founder?
I'm the founder.
You're the founder, okay,
Yes.
absolutely fantastic. And as we know, the theme for this year's Indaba is positive disruption. Are you hoping to positively disrupt mining?
Absolutely. We do not have so many women miners in our country. Yes, we have a few, but not as many that are willing to go an extra mile. And I want to be one of the women that will put a map onto Zambia, Africa as a continent as well. So yes, I want to disrupt this market.
Okay, fantastic. And so far, it seems as if you've developed quite an in-depth relationship with Zanaco. Tell us about that and how they're helping you put your foot onto the mining stage.
Okay, Zanaco, first of all, I had not banked with Zanaco because I didn't have faith in the local banks. So one time I had to say, okay, I will not be following these foreign banks all the time. Let me try our local banks. To my surprise, you won't believe how they have had so much support for me and my company. And the other most important thing that I must say is that they are developing local. In as much as they may have the risk, they may assess risk and say, okay, a new mine, we don't know what's coming out of it. But they are willing to give you support, be it knowledge, be it financial. Zanaco is up for the game.
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
It's something that I'm vouching for.
Absolutely.
And I'm calling more people to actually come and partner with Zanaco, small, large, and major scale.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you clearly very determined to smash the ceilings, and you know, for me personally, it's the first time I've heard of a founder lady in mining. Okay, so you know, what does that mean to you, and how would you like to inspire maybe young ladies and women in Zambia to take up, you know, the mantle of founding mining companies?
So for the ladies, young women in the country, we have been told to do most of the cooking, small businesses.
Stay in the kitchen, look after the babies.
Mining is male dominated.
Absolutely.
So I'm trying to tell the young ladies, the women, that everything and anything men can do, women can do.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Even at a larger scale.
Absolutely.
So let's take off that fear in us, and we'll go far, very far. Because usually women, once they start something, they have to see it to the finish line.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And not to say, I think we also have support from men. Personally, I have so much support from my husband.
Okay.
I have 4 kids. I have too much support in that, even for me to be here, I think it's support from a man out there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's all about, you know, a level playing field where, you know, women should feel equal, you know. So we support each other, don't we?
Yes, but again, I would like to squash that narrative.
Okay.
As human beings, men and women are equal, yes. But we take the lead from the men.
Okay, okay.
As our society.
Okay, if you insist.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so where are you set up and what mining are you looking to do? And precisely where? Do you have specific metals that you would like to mine? And what can you tell us about that?
Okay, we are set up on the copper belt.
Okay.
And the minerals we are looking to mine is copper, gold.
Yeah.
We have a bit of nickel and limestone. Yeah.
Okay.
Right now we are on the exploration stage.
You are still exploring. Okay, fantastic. And perhaps, if you have a final message that you'd like to send to the country, and even just expressing your gratitude to your sponsors.
Okay, I'd like to say thank you to Zanaco for sponsoring my trip here. It's been very fruitful, and we want to ask more people to join into this venture so that as many people can be supported by Zanaco. Don't run away, the doors are open for everybody, young, old, women, men. See you there.
All right, Ms. Breana Munsanje, it's been such a pleasure speaking to you here on the day 2 of Investing in Africa Mining Indaba, sponsored by no less than the big, strong and reliable bank that Zanaco is. And this is the Financial Insight Show. I'm Clarence Chongo. Get to know.